Welcome to Better Than You Remember. This is one of our, well, maybe the only one, I don't know, maybe one of our, but this is going to be our Halloween special. So this is the horror movie villain Sweet 16 bracket. Battle to fight to the finish, battle for supremacy. We've picked what we think are the best horror movie villains. We've paired them as carefully and as thoughtfully as we possibly could, and we are going to have them go head to head until only one villain remains.
There can only be one.
That is correct.
Who will it be?
Okay, joining me are Maggie Young, Steve Peterson, and making his Better Than You Remember podcast debut, and his just all-around business journal debut is Dan Hiner. And I'm Mike Moliterno. So what do we want to do? We can put the, Steve, we're going to put this bracket up on screen so people can get a look at what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'll slap the graphic up right now.
Steve, you were involved in how we picked all of these people. You want to talk a little bit about how we picked them?
Originally, we wanted to do 16, and we ended up with 16. But when we started listing everyone that we wanted to put on the bracket, we came across a lot of they're going to get easily kicked out in the first round. So we kind of bumped it down to 8, and then we thought, no, that's no fun. So let's go back up to 16 and really give the underdogs a shot to maybe surprise us in a way that, they could sneakily eke their way through the bracket.
And we've set it up a little bit so that I don't think anyone should get absolutely clobbered in the first round.
Right. Some of them will, and some of them won't. It's going to be good fights right off the bat.
Yeah, so it's not like Norman Bates versus the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Right.
We have subcategories. So if you look at the graphic, you'll see Freddy and the Creeper. So, Mike, what was your reasoning behind that? They're both...
Freddy and the Creeper. This is the one that... Actually, this is the pairing that I had the most trouble with. All the rest of them I thought were better. I didn't want Freddy and Jason to fight in the first round. Mm-hmm. I kind of thought Freddy maybe should fight the Candyman because they're both sort of ghosts that appear and they kill you and they're out for revenge because they were killed. But then I kind of ended up going with, well, Jason is also sort of this undead person who's out for revenge because of the way he was killed. So maybe he goes with the Candyman and maybe the Creeper goes with Freddy. So I don't know. The Creeper is just kind of the odd guy out. All of the rest of the pairings I feel really good about, except for those ones.
Right.
I kind of think that maybe Creeper and Candyman should have been switched. We went back and forth, but eventually we're just like, oh, who cares?
Yeah. And a lot of these, I think, are fair pairings. And as we make our way through the bracket, I think we might find some surprises. Because we were all supposed to do a little research on, their attributes, I guess. And we'll make our arguments and see who wins what. Is there anyone that got left off the bracket that you think should have been?
Yeah, there were some cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Jigsaw got cut because we all kind of agreed he'd just get his butt kicked.
He's just an old guy.
He's just an old man. Yeah, he's already dying.
He's very smart, though.
Yeah. The Babadook got cut.
I think the Babadook should have been on there.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yes. Samara from The Ring, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The Thing from The Thing. It's just too hard to kind of, what is it? I don't know. It was just, there's no, picture. You don't even know what it looks like. So, I don't know. We just took him off, or it. And the one that I really wanted to leave on was Patrick Bateman.
Okay.
But I don't know. Everyone else who was on there was just they were in, I guess, more classic horror movies. So,
right.
It's hard to leave Norman Bates or Hannibal Lecter off the list.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I love Patrick Bateman.
Josh wanted the thing from It Follows on the bracket, but there's really no way to.
What even is it?
Yeah, I like that movie, but
it's a great movie.
Great.
Yeah. So we should also say that this has nothing to do with really how good the movies are or anything like that. This is literally just an excuse to talk about these things and have fun with it. So Like, for example, I happen to like the Halloween movies better than the Friday the 13th movies. It doesn't necessarily mean that Michael Myers would win in a fight versus Jason.
Right.
Round one. I'm just going to start up at the top left and work our way down, and then we'll head over to the other bracket. Okay, so our first contestant is a wisecracking child murderer hailing from Springwood, Ohio, with 9 films under his belt and a twinkle in his eye. This sweater-sheathed psycho is the stuff of nightmares for teenagers the world over. Also known as the Springwood Slasher, it's Freddy Krueger. You guys can go ahead and clap. Yeah, there you go. And in this corner, he's a mean-winged beast from rural Florida with a nap habit that would put Sleeping Beauty to shame. He's here to smell your fear, the Creeper. Guys, I just want to say, it took me like an hour to write these. So you better
Play it up. Everyone watching and listening at home, play along.
Yay!
Okay, round one, Freddy versus the Creeper. Round one of the Sweet 16. Who wants to go first and why?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Freddy would win, seeing as the Creeper has to sleep for 2 decades.
Yeah.
The Creeper does have an obvious, the little handicap there that he sleeps for a prolonged period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But what if they meet up when the Creeper is awake?
So this is where the other
And
issue
like,
comes
how
in.
long does he stay awake? I forget.
For like 20 some days or something.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And then he's asleep for another 23 years or whatever it is.
Right.
But Dan, you were saying there was an issue with...
The issue is, and Mike touched on it, that he's only awake for like 3 weeks. So like the odds of them crossing paths would be pretty slim. It would almost have to happen in the dream world for this theoretical tournament to take place.
Well, Freddy mostly lives in the dream world anyway. It's like where he's going to fight just about anybody.
For convenience sake, I think let's say this takes place in the dream world.
Yeah, of course.
So do demons dream?
Well, he's got a dream about something. I'm sure he has dreams. Everyone has
He's dreaming
dreams.
about killing people when he wakes up.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. All right.
Mhm.
And eating and smelling them and whatnot. What have you?
I kind of think Freddy takes this one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would go for
I think that's a sweep
Freddy.
for Freddy.
Okay. It's unanimous. Freddy Krueger, he's moving on. Not much to say about that one. See, we should have switched it. He should have fought the Candyman. Oh, well, he's still going to win. Let's move on to our second round. So here we go. Our first competitor just arrived from the summer camp from hell. He's a silent slayer with serious mommy issues. He's been to space. He's been to hell. He is the Lazarus of Crystal Lake, Jason Voorhees.
Yay.
Yeah. His opponent is a gravelly-voiced artiste you don't want to shake hands with, who can kiss a woman with a mouthful of bees. The Candyman can. Yeah.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Who can kiss a woman with a mouthful of bees? The Candyman. Never mind. All right.
So
Steve, why don't you
romantic.
lead us off on this one?
Well, for me, this is similar to Freddy versus the Creeper. It's Jason, no contest.
No contest.
No contest. You and I spoke off the podcast earlier today about the Candyman needs to be summoned.
Yeah.
So if you
Yes.
just don't summon him, it's like he never shows up for the fight.
Right.
But I think just pure strength and kill ability, Jason takes this. Yeah, no questions asked. This is a no contest.
Well, I mean, but the Candyman is sort of a ghost. It's not like you can really kill the Candyman, you know?
Well, at the end, doesn't he like? I know that there have been sequels, but at the end of the first movie, he dies in the fire, right? He like.
You could say the
Kinda
same thing
like
about
it's-
every Jason movie. At the end of every one of those movies, he dies, supposedly.
I suppose.
The issue is like the mirror is his
Yeah.
weakness. So if you break
Right.
the mirror, he like gets sent back to whatever dimension he was in. And I just feel that Jason being unable to speak wouldn't be able to summon him.
Sure.
And also the fact that he just destroys everything in his path, he probably would just end up destroying the mirror before the fight even begins.
You'd have to like grab him by the shoulders and like face him and go like, okay, Jason, now I want you to say Candyman 5 times. And yeah, he'd punch the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
He'd be like a scared dog.
Right. Well, I don't think he'd be scared. He just wouldn't know what he doesn't speak. So it would never happen. Yeah. But maybe he's afraid of bees. I don't know. What's Jason like? Is he afraid of bees? Maybe he's allergic to bees. Maybe that's the one thing that can kill Jason Voorhees. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
What? He's
maybe
afraid
he
of
didn't
water,
really drown.
right?
Maybe he got stung by a bee and he went into had an
that's
allergic
not
reaction
canon at all.
I'm just saying it could be.
This sounds like a Robot Chicken sketch. Like, what happened to Jason before he died?
Are we just making up fan fiction right now?
No,
Yes.
I'm just saying,
Jason origins.
trying to make it a good fight here.
Well, Maggie, what do you think? Jason or Candyman?
I would have to say Jason, because I feel like he has a more physical. I feel like he's just got so much more power.
Yeah. Dan, are you with me on that?
I think it's Jason.
I think it's Jason too. All right. Another unanimous one. Maybe we should have flipped that. All right. It's going to get better, guys. These ones are going to get better. Is everyone ready? All right. This is our creature clash. First up in our creature clash is an eating machine dating back some 420 million years, weighing in at 4,200 pounds. This rogue predator loves nothing more than snacking on members of the Brody family, also known as Carcharodon carcharis, the shark from Jaws. I said Carcharodon carcharis correctly. And speaking of Jaws, his opponent has 2, hailing from parts unknown, created by God knows who for God knows what reason. Grab your pulse rifle and head for the Sulaco because it's the Xenomorph.
I love both of these.
All right. Okay. I think I'm going to start this off and then I'm going to hand it over to the panel here. I think this clash is really just a matter of who can inflict the most damage before getting killed, because I see this one as both of you are going to die. We're not talking necessarily about, and I'm just kind of going with the Xenomorph, like the regular one. I don't care about not the Predalien or the Queen or whatever, all of these different, I'm just talking about, alien or aliens, whatever. The soldier alien, the regular Xenomorph you see. Anyone agree? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's fair. That was the most common of the aliens. So,
Right.
Your basic Xenomorph versus a gigantic shark.
But see, I see this playing out basically as the Xenomorph trying to kill the shark, which is much bigger than it. It's going to take that shark's going to take a lot of damage, man. It's got a thick layer of blubber. It's much bigger than the Xenomorph. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard for the Xenomorph to kill it. It's not like the Xenomorph can just do that double jaw thing in one strike. Oh no, it's going to take a while. On the other hand, the shark, he's going to have a hard time biting and killing the Xenomorph because of that whole acid for blood thing. So the real question is the shark going to be able to go in for a kill without being killed?
I mean, Jaws is at its core just a giant shark.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, let me explain. But I think, so I don't think it's going to have any type of trepidation. It's just going to go in and kill like it does everything else. So I don't think, so the acid's not, it's not going to think about it. It's just going to go bite it in half and then, suffers, some serious burns along the way.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Is it going to get the opportunity to do that and survive it? Or is the Xenomorph going to get him?
I don't know. I feel like the Xenomorph has arms and legs. It can latch onto that shark and take a bite out of it. And the shark's just pretty much swimming in circles. What's it going to do? Can't swim backwards.
No.
No.
I don't know. But then if it does latch on, it's still going to take a long time for it to get enough damage. Maybe the shark is able to swim up against a rock or scrape the Xenomorph off on the bottom of the ocean or something.
I feel like that acid would really eat up the shark, though.
But would the Xenomorph be dead already?
Yeah, so here's the thing. This fight is taking place underwater because we know xenomorphs can swim. They swim actually quite well. But Jaws
Actually, this is taking place on land, Steve.
Oh no. Oh then Jaws just he didn't show up.
He's already done. Yeah.
He's just flopping. But yeah, I think Jaws, as Dan pointed out, is going to make that instinctive kill to just go up to his enemy, chomp it. And once it starts taking any damage, since it's underwater, I think he can just kind of shake that off. It's going to like rinse off. So I think he takes damage, but I don't think he gets killed by the acid blood.
I don't think the xenomorph can inflict enough damage.
Yeah, that thing is a tank.
Yeah, shark is huge, man.
Yeah.
I see it like maybe even being
that
mortally
acid,
wounded. But it's
it
also
like
water.
eats through things.
It's going to disperse.
Yeah, but if the shark bites him, you're just getting that undiluted acid blood. You're not getting,
instinctively,
diluted.
The shark is going to let him go. After you bite and kill, you're letting go, and then you're swimming, and it's rinsing off. He's going to take his damage.
Right. The shark's getting damaged. Even if the shark does die, I think he dies 20 seconds after he already killed the xenomorph.
Oh, yeah. Xenomorph's dead, like, instantly.
Yeah.
Okay. Think I see.
Mm-hmm. That's my, yeah. So
I'm
where do
still
we
on the
land?
side of the xenomorph.
All right.
You can vote for the xenomorph. That's fine.
I'll vote for the xenomorph.
It doesn't have to be unanimous. All opinions are valid here, except yours, Maggie.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with the xenomorph.
Oh, you're going with the xenomorph?
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going with Jaws. I take it back. My opinion is valid.
Okay, I'm going to use the white out here. I have to remake this graphic now. No, I think I am for Jaws. Dan, are you for Jaws as well?
Yep, give me the shark.
Okay, shark wins over xenomorph. Jaws makes it. He's damaged.
Second round is going to be crazy.
Yeah. And we'll say for each, next, round, top 8, everyone gets to like re-heal. You're coming in fresh for every fight that you go into.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's only fair.
Yeah. Come on. That would be ridiculous. We're civilized people.
Of course.
All right. Next round. Next up is our interdimensional death match. Our first contender is one sexual deviant Chris Hansen doesn't want to see walk through the front door. He's the leader of the Cenobites, Pinhead. His opponent is a shape-shifting monster that describes itself as a superior being, hailing from the macroverse. It's Pennywise the Dancing Clown. That's that Chris Hansen line I was particularly proud of.
You should be proud of it.
Very good.
Oh, yeah, be proud.
Yeah. All right, we got Pinhead, leader of the Cenobites, who's really just out to have a good time. And he is against Pennywise, who is a shape-shifting demon of some kind from the macroverse, enemy of the turtle, bane to children living in Derry, also prone to long naps. Who wants to give their take first?
I would definitely think that it would be Pennywise to win this one.
And why?
Well, I just feel like Pennywise has a lot more power. He's actually like a god who's been around since the beginning of time. And I don't know about... I just feel like he would outdo the Cenobites.
Well, he doesn't have to fight all of them, just Pinhead.
Right.
Pinhead is just a guy. Like, he is a demon, but he apparently was a dude.
Yeah, and he just like... I feel like Pennywise would totally be able to even go along with them and party it up with
Go have
Pinhead.
an orgy with the Cenobites?
Because he's just like so evil and crazy. Like, why not? But I think he would totally be able to take him.
I almost see it playing out like the Bill Murray character in Little Shop of Horrors. Like, Pennywise starts beating the crap out of Pinhead, and Pinhead just keeps going like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh, bite me more. You know what I mean? Or, oh, rip my arm off. That's awesome. And then Pennywise maybe gets weirded out and just, leaves because Pinhead's such a freak.
He just slowly backs out of the room.
Yeah, like, okay, this guy's
I'm in the wrong party.
He's on a whole
But
nother
I think
level.
Pennywise is like super hard to kill. Is Pinhead super hard to kill?
Well, Pinhead doesn't, quote unquote, die.
Mhm.
You know, it just kind of like he goes back to hell. Whereas Pennywise still has to abide by the whatever natural laws that he ends up, whatever shape he ends up taking.
But he never really dies either, though, does he?
No, maybe.
I can't remember.
Maybe at the very end.
Also, I can't justifiably make an argument for somebody who gets killed by hope and courage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. He freaking Pinhead has no hope and courage, I guess. He's just kind of like a sexy
touche, Maggie.
and-
But here's my counterpoint. When you look at Pennywise, he derives everything off of fear.
Mhm.
When you're a guy who is willing to get needles shoved in your face,
Yeah.
you don't really have any fear.
That is true. See, that goes back to my argument. Pinhead's just going to like it.
Yeah, he's going to like the beating.
He doesn't know the difference between pleasure and pain. The more that you hurt him, the more he's like, this is fantastic.
I'm in paradise.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some votes here. Who wants to vote first?
I mean, I'm taking Pinhead.
Okay. Maggie?
I think you convinced me. I think I'll go with Pinhead.
Oh, boy.
I agree. It's Pinhead.
All right.
Yeah, he would really like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
Unanimous.
going to go all the way to the end just because he likes it all.
Who knows?
Oh, my gosh. I never thought about that. Maybe he's indestructible.
Well, Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Pinhead also.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Unanimous. All right. We're calling this the Battle of the Bates. First up is a bibliophile from Bakersfield, California. She's handy with a sledgehammer, so be sure to refrain from being profane around Annie Wilkes. But don't count out her opponent. He's the original psycho with mommy issues. Step aside, Buffalo Bill. Here's the original cross-dressing killer, Norman Bates. You get it? Kathy Bates
is
and
great.
Norman Bates, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not bad, huh? Okay. So here we go. Two mortals, just regular people. Man versus woman, although the guy kills dressed as a woman. Both of them relatively low kill counts. Who wants to take this one first? Who's got Annie versus Norman? Well, that sounds stupid.
Well, if you have such an opinion, why don't you take
Annie
it?
versus Norman.
I'm just saying, that's just like Annie versus Norman. I gotta think. Norman has to be on here, I think, because it's such an iconic horror movie.
Yeah.
You almost can't leave him off. But when we were doing our research, Steve, and we were trying to come up with our 16, one of the people that was on every list and that we might not have even thought of was Annie Wilkes.
Right.
Annie Wilkes was on every single list we came across of all-time great horror villains. So well, then we have to put her on there.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, we had to pair her against another mortal. We went with Norman Bates. We could have gone with, Jack Torrance or Hannibal Lecter, but we went with Norman. I think she wipes the floor with Norman Bates. I think Norman's kind of as far as this list goes, he might be the low guy. He sneaks up on people. He dresses up like his mom when he kills them. You know what I mean?
Right.
He preys on women who aren't paying attention. Once they do capture him, he's just kind of like, he's not, he's just kind of messed up. I think Annie, not to mention, he's got legs. I think Annie just frickin' pulls out the sledgehammer, bashes him in the knee, whips out the shotgun, chick, blast to the face. Norman's done. Annie all the way. That's what I say.
Oh, wow. Hashtag Annie all the way.
Well, not all the way. I just mean, you know what I mean. In this match, she takes out Norman.
She'll
I
take
think easily.
And let's not forget, she's the only woman on this list. Yeah.
And unless the xenomorphs are
A
asexual.
xenomorph, sure.
For all we know, the shark from Jaws is a woman. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Some people think Pennywise is actually a female entity because it lays eggs.
Oh yeah, totally
Oh,
is.
that's true. Yeah,
So,
It is
so there you
true.
go. So,
Well,
girl
I stand
power.
corrected.
Yeah, the Spice Girls would be happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going Annie as well. I mean, you kind of lined it up perfectly.
Right.
I mean, Norman has to sleep sometime, and when he does, he will be tied down to the bed.
Right.
That's terrible.
High ankles.
I don't see him sneaking up on her in the shower. In fact, I'm not sure that she probably, bathes in the river or something you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can't picture her showering. I see her in a bathtub. No shower curtain. He can't sneak up.
Right.
Yeah.
She's paying attention always, even in the tub.
She's got like 100 pounds on him too. You know what I mean? I think she just comes barreling out of that bathtub, throws her shoulder into him and starts. She hoofed Paul Sheldon through the woods over her shoulder. You know what I mean?
That's true.
She probably runs the 40 in 4.5 seconds flat. She's a beast.
Yeah.
Next starting linebacker for the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Yeah,
Annie
dude.
Wilkes.
They need her
Right.
too.
Right. Plus, she's a nurse. She has medical knowledge. She'd probably shove a syringe into his throat, and I don't know. I just don't see Norman
agree.
taking this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's more crafty than he is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's a much more clever killer. She's
Kathy
much more.
Bates. Yeah. Kathy Bates is legit. She's done so many awesome roles in her career. It's super impressive. Shout out to Kathy Bates.
Woo.
I'll also go with Annie Wilkes on this one. You guys have already said it enough. It just makes sense. She has the physical attributes to outpower Norman. No questions asked.
Okay. Well, moving on. Annie Bates moving on. So our next round. Now on to the mini melee. In this corner, he's a pint-sized doll with the soul of a serial killer. Let's hear it for Chucky.
Yeah.
And in this corner is a feisty four-leaf clover who loves nothing more than his pot of gold. He's mean. He's ugly. He shines a mean pair of shoes. The Leprechaun.
Ooh, yeah.
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 So these guys are obviously in the round together because they're short.
Right.
We thought it was
Yeah.
a fair fight. So I don't know. There we go. The mini melee.
Well, I vote Dan has to go first on this one.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no.
I didn't see that come.
I am
Welcome to the show, Dan.
I am taking my ball and I am going home.
No, you're not, Dan.
I mean, you got to go Leprechaun, right?
I don't know. Do you? I don't know about this one.
Why, Dan? Why?
Yeah.
because Chucky is a serial killer in a doll's body, whereas the Leprechaun can distort reality. He has magic on his side.
Right. He's totally magical.
He's already thousands of years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chucky doesn't have any sort of magic power. He's just a guy and a doll.
Except for possession. I guess you can possess something else, but
As soon as you said he's a serial killer in a doll's body, I kind of went, yeah, he sounds like he sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound impressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, based on the movies alone, I voted for Chucky. They freaked me out when I was a kid, and I never got around to watching The Leprechaun, but I watched some highlights on YouTube. Very, it knew what it was, and it kind of poked fun of itself. So I was okay. I mean, the Chucky series eventually got there, but I think The Leprechaun was right out of the gate. This is a ridiculous idea for a movie. We know.
I see a possibility Chucky beats him, but I just don't think. I think it's a 1 out of 10 thing. I think if you put this in a computer simulation 9 times out of 10, the Leprechaun wins.
Oh, sure. My other reasoning was, Chucky always came back, whether it was, remanufactured or, whatever. He possessed another doll. I don't know how many times they brought him back.
But even in the Leprechaun, they shot a four-leaf clover down his mouth, which is the only thing that can apparently kill him, and it didn't kill him. His skeleton was still coming.
I mean, does he have any weaknesses that Chucky could play on?
If you throw shoes at him, he has to shine them. And
It's
apparently,
small
if you
shoes.
I feel like
that's
Chucky's
true.
a little bit
Chucky
of a
has
troll.
tiny shoes.
He
He'd
would
shine them
do-
up quick, and he'd be
Oh,
back
yeah.
back in the fight.
But
If Chucky was a huge guy with size 15 feet, maybe
That's
he'd
right.
stand a chance because
Yeah.
it'd take him a half hour to shine those things.
Properly.
But he's also has like magic and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he can.
I feel like
I
he could just like go like this, and Chucky's gone.
He's got way more in his toolkit than Chucky, who basically is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like gotta sneak up on you with a knife.
Right.
he could manifest a pot of gold inside of Chucky, rip him to pieces. It's not like Chucky has like spare dolls sitting off the side of the ring here.
This is true.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Mike, are you going Leprechaun as
I'm
well?
going Leprechaun.
All right. Yeah.
I wasn't sure about it, but I think Leprechaun. It's got to
No,
be
it's
Leprechaun.
a good argument. I just lean more on this was a better movie when I was a kid.
Were you going with Chucky?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Chucky's
okay.
my vote. Yeah.
Well, 3-1. Leprechaun.
Mhm.
Okay. Our next battle is sure to satisfy your appetite for carnage. Our first contender is an alcoholic author who's looking for a good time. Here's Jack Torrance. His opponent is a cultivated killer capable of killing a man with his careless whispers. He can smell your skin cream. It's Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
That's good.
His careless whispers. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So again, this is our other battle of the mortals. You got Jack Torrance. You've got Hannibal Lecter. They were both men, kind of both psychos. So we paired them together.
hmm
I would have to go with Hannibal on this one because I feel like he knows what he's doing, and Jack Torrance kind of like he lost his mind, right? But
Yeah,
Hannibal's just kind of
something.
like a cannibal, homicidal, serial killer, maniac guy. So he knows exactly what he's doing, and I think he could totally take him.
Well, keep in mind, Jack is pretty handy with an axe.
Yeah, but a very low kill rate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He had basically a frail, petrified woman, a small child,
Yeah.
confined in a place, and he didn't kill either one of them. He got killed. The only guy he killed was the guy he blindsided.
Well, again, these are two like normal guys. There's no
Right.
special powers or anything.
Yeah.
You put these guys in a cage. Which one's gonna win? I don't think it comes down to kill count or who knows
No.
what. Like I know how to eat you better than you know how to kill me with an axe. It's like who in these in this scenario is going to come out on top. I mean,
He is a doctor too, so he knows exactly where to cut.
pressure points maybe.
I kind of think it's already. I think Hannibal Lecter's taken this. One, he's much better at killing than Jack is. Jack's just kind of a lunatic. You know what I mean? He's just swinging an axe blindly. He's up there chopping down a tree. Hannibal's he's gonna look for his spot. He's gonna be 5 steps ahead of Jack. Not only
He's
that,
more of a predator.
he kills Miggs simply by whispering something at him. You know what I mean? In Silence of the Lamb, Jack's already mentally unstable.
Mhm.
Hannibal would probably just say like the one thing that would make Jack lose his mind even more and kill himself.
Yeah,
Right.
Read him
I think
like a book.
Hannibal's just he's in the right headspace
Mhm.
to have this battle.
It really just boils down to the fact that one is a psychopath and one is a sociopath.
Right.
Hannibal.
A psychopath who's incredibly unstable.
Right.
He's gonna
Yeah.
make
Right.
he's gonna make bad decisions.
Yeah, he'll make a
Hannibal's
mistake.
gonna be yeah. Well, I go with Hannibal.
Me too.
I agree.
Same.
We're there, Hannibal. Now on to our last pairing.
Are you going to read these every time?
No, I don't have no.
Are we doing this all episode?
I wrote an intro
I mean,
for
like-
every possible
Yeah.
pairing, Maggie.
I mean, like the
I
first
have
time around, but are we
36
going to do it the second time around?
No.
Okay.
This is the only time. It's going to go much
Right.
quicker because we won't have to sit through this every time.
I'm
All right.
enjoying it.
Thank you. Last, it's the battle of the human face wearers. First up, he's a husky mute with a heart of gold and many faces. Move over, Tim the Toolman Taylor. Here comes the real power tool expert, Leatherface. His opponent is a serial killer who's out to fulfill the prophecy of the cult of Thorn, the kind of relative you dread having over for Thanksgiving dinner with a face that'll have Laurie Strode Shatner pants. It's Michael Myers. I think I saved
Wow.
the best for last.
That was great.
Wow. That was good.
I love this.
All right. The best for
Shatner
last. I thought
pants.
so.
Mm.
Because it's William Shatner's face.
Yes,
Right.
it is.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure we all appreciated.
No,
the
I think that's
craft
the
that
most
went in.
well-known fact.
Okay.
That was beautiful. That was
Perfect.
beautiful.
I don't know what about this one. This one, I could go either way on this one.
Right.
Because there's, to me, unlike Jason, there's a little bit of a question about Michael Myers' mortality, whether he's like actually can be killed or if he's just a really, tough dude.
Has he, though? I don't think he's ever died.
No.
We're not counting any reboots or anything, by the way. This is OG Michael
Right.
Myers, right?
I don't really care.
Okay.
I-
I would vote for
I'm-
OG Michael Myers.
I don't like those movies, so I'm not that familiar with them.
Okay.
I only saw them once because they stunk.
Oh.
Sorry, Rob Zombie. I like some of your stuff, but that reboot he did stunk.
Right. So original Mike Myers Halloween movies. I think Mike Myers has the upper hand because Leatherface is just a maniac with a chainsaw. He's got a good weapon, but he's very chaotic in his fighting style, and that could be a positive.
Yeah.
But I think Michael Myers is stronger. He's more aggressive in a different way. He's got more of a predator type of offense. I don't know what their height is, but I think he might have the height and weight advantage. And
Leatherface has the weight advantage. But
Oh, do you
because
think?
he's they made Leatherface like sort of he got beefier and more muscular as they like rebooted them and things. But in the original, he's kind of out of shape.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe Leatherface has the weight advantage. I think
But
Michael
it's
is
not an
much
advantage. It's a
taller.
weight disadvantage.
Oh, what? Yeah, okay. But my vote is for Michael Myers. I think he's just going to be a better killer in this matchup than Leatherface. Leatherface has one trick to his, fighting style. Mike Myers has done plenty of different kills. Generally, they all involve knives, but I just think that he's going to be better in this matchup one-on-one.
I think you bring up a good point that I think that Leatherface, I feel like he would be way more emotional. And I feel like, you make a wrong move, he's going to like lose his mind. Where Michael Myers just kind of like always stoic and has no emotions whatsoever.
He's got his eye on the ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
We also got to keep in mind Mike Myers, even though we never see him actually move beyond like a slight brisk walk, he would be more agile. And when you're swinging around a giant chainsaw, I would imagine that, the added mobility would probably play a factor in this.
Right.
Yeah, I see Leatherface more as like a crazy kid who's just likes playing with like torturing ants and things like that.
Right.
Whereas Mike Myers, he knows what he's doing. He's all about it. Like, yeah, he's just stone cold killer.
Yeah.
Leatherface even cries in some of the movies.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I
Mike
mean.
Myers is just going to wipe the floor with them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
Is that all four for Mike Myers, everyone?
I think so.
Mike Myers?
Yeah.
Mike Myers? Mike Myers?
Mike Myers.
All
Mike
right.
Myers. Congratulations, Michael.
It came to this. I didn't want to have to do this, but it's Freddy versus Jason.
Yay!
Yeah.
I did enjoy that movie. I did.
Ugh.
I know, but it's
In
just
a bad way, yeah.
in a bad way. I
Yeah,
mean, it's got the horror and the humor, and I think I really love that together in a horror
Right.
movie.
That's half of the fun of both of their franchises is that they eventually got to a point similar to, Leprechaun and Chucky. It was, we're going to kind of poke fun at ourselves by giving you the stereotypical teenagers and kill away guys.
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan of either one of these franchises beyond like the first movie,
Right.
but I'm leaning towards Freddy a little bit. I just think Jason's kind of a stupid character, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know. It's like Mike Myers has the mask. He has a cooler mask. Freddy Krueger's just a cooler character. Jason, it was like, again, he's not even in the first one. Jason, it was just like, he doesn't even put the mask on until the third one.
Right.
And then it was like, put him in a hockey mask. Oh, what an uninspired choice.
He happened to find it in like a barn or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to go with Freddy just because, again, he has like, I think he has more tools in his tool belt. He can do basically anything as long as he's in his dream world. And Jason basically is just come here and let me stab you.
But does Jason sleep?
If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Like the teens had to like drug him.
Yeah, they drugged him. They
had to
him.
drug him to actually get those two to square off in the first place.
Right.
If they're both in the real world, I think you have to go Jason because at that point, Freddy Krueger is just a person.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's how the movie plays out. I think Jason snaps out of that sleep, that drug-induced sleep, and brings Freddy with him, and then they just duke it out.
I don't think they ever like really cleared it up at the end, though. I think
they were both still alive at the end.
So, okay, he chopped Freddy's head off, but as he's walking at the last shot, it's Freddy winking at the camera.
Right.
So you can chop the guy's head off and he's not dead. So can Freddy die? We don't know.
Yeah.
Can we get a sequel, Hollywood, please?
Please.
Yeah, see, this one's tough. There's really no right answer. There's no wrong answer. But I kind of think it's Freddy. I just think he has more powers.
I agree.
Maggie, you're on Freddy. Dan?
I agree with Freddy.
I went with Jason. I'll take the L on this one.
Okay. I also went with Jason.
We were supposed to have 5 people on here, and and Jeremy had to bug out.
Jeez, Jeremy.
Somebody go get Jeremy and drag him over in front of a camera.
Here, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Joining us live via office phone.
Yo.
Jeremy, buddy, I got you on the podcast real quick. We need you to break a tie.
I could do that.
Freddy versus Jason.
I don't know. You really have to balance the things out. I mean, Freddy versus Jason was an exceptional film that really displayed both of their skills. Who knew Freddy Krueger knew Kung Fu? You know what? I'm going to give the edge to Krueger.
Okay.
Giving the edge to Krueger. He could get inside Jason's head.
By a nose. Freddy wins it. Okay, moving on. As if these two would ever meet up. We've got Jaws versus Pinhead. Who knows?
Oh, boy.
Pinhead is in for the most pleasure he's ever experienced.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Right.
He's in love.
Basically, Jaws can just bite him.
Yeah.
What else? Like, I mean, like, you can maybe, like, rip him in half. I don't know if that, like, kills
He's a
Pinhead.
perfect killing machine, Maggie.
Yeah.
He can just bite him. It's like,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, can Pinhead die, really? Like, or he just goes back to the dimension, like Dan said earlier.
Well, for the sake of this fight, if he goes back to the dimension, you lose the fight.
Well, how about this? What are the odds the shark solves the puzzle? Huh?
Oh, wow.
Ah.
Uses
Shark-
little fins to...
Yeah, he's not solving that thing. He doesn't have
Opposable
time
thumbs,
for
man.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got to go with Jaws. I mean, it would be a swift victory. There's nothing else you could really do about it.
I think Maggie has an issue with that. Maggie?
No, well, I'm trying to think, like, maybe just like, yeah, Pinhead just like really, really loves that, and he's just like, I'm ready, and then he just dies and goes back to the Cenobite.
I almost think that like he'd start enjoying it, and the shark is like just, you know, he's obviously, or she, girl power, but she is just like, no, I'm just going to keep ripping you into tinier and tinier bits, and you know.
Yeah.
And Pinhead really only has like those chains, right?
Hmm.
I don't know
Does
how
the
much
shark
damage they're
really
going to do to the shark either.
Have
No.
the wherewithal? Like, is it like intelligent? Like, I'm gonna kill this person, or is it just gonna like bite him and then
It
like?
obviously has at least the wherewithal to tell its story orally and pass it down through the generations, because it chases the Brody family across the frickin' globe. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, the Brodies moved all the way over there, and then it has to like tell its kid, you need to go over there and find Sean Brody. He works on the Coast Guard. He works the midnight shift. He'll be in the yellow boat wearing the poncho. When he hangs over the boat, you need to jump out and grab him.
You can't miss him.
Yeah, it seems pretty deliberate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mike, by the way, he's an architect working on a project at Ocean World. You need to swim through a tunnel, find your way into the lagoon, identify him, and then kill him. It's ridiculous. And now I'm screaming, and I didn't want to scream.
So, Mike, who did you want to vote for?
I'm just saying, the shark does show some kind of intelligence and obviously is out for revenge. Hence the title, Jaws the Revenge. Although it might have been the revenge of Mrs. Brody.
Right.
And Michael Caine. And Michael Brody.
Yeah, I think Pinhead would just like enjoy it. And
Oh, wow.
let himself die. Jaws, I would say.
Jaws!
Jaws in a sweep.
Jaws, all the way.
Annie versus the Leprechaun.
I just had this mental image of Andy Wilkes with the sledgehammer just playing like mini golf.
Oh, he's got tiny legs. Those kneecaps are gonna pop like nothing, man. One swipe, he's hobbled. She's the hobbler.
But is she going to get a chance to hobble him, or is he just going to snap his fingers and do something?
Well, didn't she drug the author in the movie to be able to do all that? Yeah. So yeah, that's a good way to like get your opponent drugged somehow, because she kind of snuck it in his food or something or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong.
A leprechaun?
If she befriends him, he's not just always mean. You have to steal his pot of gold. Annie might be smart enough not to do that. She might gain his trust, start getting him addicted to codeine. Befriend, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think the leprechaun
And then before he knows it, he's tied to a bed with a board between his legs. He's hobbled. He's sucking on the wrong end of a shotgun. And boom.
And it could be loaded with a clover.
And it could be loaded with a clover.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh. Clover shotgun blast to the face. In the book, she runs the sheriff over with the lawnmower. She shoots him with a shotgun in the movie. Yeah, with a riding lawnmower.
That's terrible.
I know.
I don't really see a human beating the leprechaun.
He got beat up in the first movie by Jennifer Aniston.
That's true.
I just feel like he's so magical. I don't know. Like, magically delicious.
You can't lose to a cast of friends. Like, you can't lose to a crew member on that staff.
Well, guys, to settle this, I've actually got a special surprise. Joining us now via Skype is Jennifer Aniston. Jenny, how you doing?
I wish I could do a Jennifer Aniston impression.
We weren't able to book her, unfortunately, because I wanted her to talk about.
I'm not going to lie. I was going to go over there and kick your butt if you're going to be like, we brought in the leprechaun, and then you show a picture of me.
Oh, jeez. All right. I'm going with Annie.
Yeah, it's Annie all day.
He's got legs. And she knows how to use them.
She knows how to break them.
She knows how to break them.
I have to disagree and say the leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Or sorry, Annie Wilkes.
Oh,
I was about to say, are we gonna have to call freaking Josh now?
No.
Nope. I was looking at the name on the bracket. My bad.
Right.
Leprechaun.
All right. So we have 3-1 Annie over Leprechaun.
Annie Wilkes.
Annie, look at just a girl out of the mountains.
Little
Girl
Annie.
power. You know what?
Making her way to this bracket. She's
2020
powering her way.
Yeah.
Hashtag girl power.
2020
Hashtag better than you
girls. Girls can kill people too. You know what I mean?
Equal
We're really
opportunity.
getting somewhere as a society. Hannibal versus Mike Myers. Oh boy.
Now, see, they both got that stoic intelligence, psycho, they know exactly what they're doing kind of thing. So
I almost feel like Hannibal, like this should be open and shut. Mike Myers could do it, but I almost feel like Hannibal, if anyone could get in Mike Myers' head for a minute, it would be Hannibal.
it would be.
Because every once in a while, like his niece sort of like almost, even Dr. Loomis sort of almost brings out like a little bit of a good person in him for like a second.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost feel like if anyone could get in his head, it would be Hannibal Lecter. And
I do think Hannibal he has that, he's intelligent and he would be able to like outsmart Michael, where he's kind of like he just kind of blunders around.
See, my issue is Mike has a point that like every now and then in the series you see that glimmer of potential in Mike Myers as a
doesn't
human
last
being,
long though.
but it doesn't last long, and then it immediately results in like horrific violence.
Yeah, it's a huge backlash. As soon as he snaps out of it, he just starts killing. And Hannibal would be walking on thin ice because
Hannibal's got a lot of drugs though.
But again,
that's
it's
true.
only
Put
going to
him
be
out.
it's only going to be temporary.
Put
before-
him out and eat him. Like not like
Nobody's
that.
eaten Mike Myers yet.
Right.
But if he lobotomizes him and starts eating the part of his brain
exactly.
that's responsible for violence or motor skills.
Yeah. I would have to say Hannibal.
Given the right environment, yeah, I can go with Hannibal.
Really?
But yeah,
Holy cow!
but that's not my official vote.
I was
I'm
gonna
still going
say,
with Michael Myers because it's just, again, in the scenario of we lock two guys in a room, or women, not judging. With Hannibal, yeah, I think he's smarter than Michael. I think he could, maybe get him into that state of vulnerability and maybe have the upper hand. But again, as soon as Mike snaps out of it, he's going to town and he's going to put the boots to Hannibal. So I have to go with Michael Myers.
Yeah, I'm going Mike Myers as well.
I didn't think Hannibal stood a chance, and you made really compelling arguments, Maggie. I think I got to go with Mike Myers, though. I see him snapping out of that and
I guess.
And going just
Well, you're a little salty with these decisions, man.
Whatever.
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Well, we got our final four, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We've got Freddy, Jaws, Annie Wilkes, and Mike Myers.
Nice.
All right, so we'll start off with our first bracket. Freddy versus Jaws.
Do sharks sleep?
That is a good question. They don't. Sharks physically cannot sleep. They never stop swimming. If they stop swimming, they'll die.
Have
not
you
true, is it?
Googled this? I
It is
feel
true.
like they have
that's
to like
true.
rest
Hold
at
on,
the bottom of the ocean.
let me look up my Shark Week DVDs.
No, I'm serious. If you like Google great white shark.
No, I'm dead serious. Sharks can't stop swimming or they die.
That seems odd.
First of all, no. How about this? I'm going to lay some shark knowledge on you.
Uh-oh.
Some sharks, certain species, sharks that are primarily bottom feeders, a nurse shark I know is one of them, have certain gills that can move. And they can actually hold still and flap their gills and pass water through their gills to breathe. Great white sharks, however, most predator sharks, most of the bigger ones, they have to keep swimming or else they drown. Dead serious. They have to physically swim to make the water flow through their gills. If they stop doing that, it's literally like all of a sudden there's no oxygen. That's not. I'm not making that up.
No, to our listeners, you
dropping
learn something
shark
every day.
Yeah, because I watch Shark Week.
Yeah, but they're saying like they have to rest at some.
Who says that?
The scientists.
I want their names.
That doesn't sound legit.
Well, either way.
It doesn't. You're right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, it falls back into the same kind of issue we had with Freddy and Jason, that in order for this to really play out, it has to be in the water, right? Like we have two contenders that have to be in certain environments.
Either Freddy has to go in the water or Jaws has to go to the dream world. Is there an underwater dream world?
And if so, is that where we're going to have Homecoming next year?
How do I get there?
Yeah. I will say,
hold on, pause. That reference was just amazing, Mike.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Everyone had the under the sea prom.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most certainly welcome.
Okay. But I will point out the shark on a few occasions has killed somebody not in the water. Sean Brody being one of them. He was on a boat and it killed him. It leapt
yeah, but
out of
it jumped out of the water and then went right back into the water.
Well, yes, it's a shark.
Well, the
but
fact
still.
that it jumped out is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Ripped his arm off.
For a kill.
Sure.
Yeah. Shark, Freddy in this world versus the shark. No, I don't think it happens. Freddy doesn't strike me as much of a swimmer.
No, not with those claws.
No.
I feel like he could, and those claws could do some damage to that shark.
He's wearing a big baggy sweater. That thing's going to soak up tons of water. He's going to be dragged. You know what I mean?
Well, you take the sweater off. You take
Wardrobe
the
aside. He's
All
just
wrong.
a normal guy. Like he's not big. He can't fight a shark.
He's
Jaws have
basically
been in
one
this?
giant open wound. He's going to be leaching
Oh,
blood
it's
into
gonna
the
burn.
ocean.
Yeah.
Shark is going to
It
come.
burns, yeah.
Shark's going to smell him for miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gonna,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's dinner.
And they don't sleep.
and they don't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaws it is.
I can't
Thank
believe it. I
love
can't
this
believe
moment
Jaws
so
is
much.
there too. Oh,
Jaws
my
just made it to the
goodness.
finals, you guys. What is that?
How?
So Jaws, congratulations. You made it to the finals, bud.
Annie versus Mike Myers. Michael Myers. Holy cow. This is a clash of the Titans.
First of all, how did Annie just make it this far? This is insane. I thought she was like an underdog, but she kind of had these matchups kind of let her sneak into the I guess this would be the semifinals here.
Okay, so hear me out on this one. I believe that Annie takes this because Michael Myers still kind of has almost like that Jason type of mentality. Like he still is kind of gullible.
Yeah.
He's wily. She's wilier than he is, probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that if she can time it right and just avoid him long enough, eventually she wears him down. He has to go to sleep. And then
Does he?
sledgehammer.
Apparently, he can't die. I don't know. Because he'll just
does
freaking wake up right away.
Sleep, right? Because he's, I
I mean,
don't know. I would
that's-
assume
No,
he sleeps.
he's just constantly awake for the other, 300 something days until Halloween shows up. He's
Right.
like, all right, tonight's the night, everyone.
He does just kind of
I'm
sit.
coming back.
Well, no. In between the two movies, he sleeps for the entire year, I think. Doesn't he? In between 4 and 5, I think he sleeps for the...
Yeah, 4 and 5 is really weird because he ends up going into the river. He gets dragged out by the hermit,
Yeah.
and then it just like flash forward.
And that dude
he's still
just
in
takes
that bed.
care of him for a year.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. He's regaining his strength.
Is he feeding Mike Myers? Is he cleaning up after? Is he putting an adult diaper on Mike Myers and changing him for a year?
Could be. I feel like if they just walked up to each other, I feel like Mike Myers would totally just outpower her. Because he would
I
just
feel like he's playing checkers and she's
he's
playing
strong
chess.
as heck.
Yeah, I think she might be a little bit more.
How does he walk up to her if he's been hobbled?
Well, how the heck is she hobbling him?
He falls into a river. The hermit pulls him out. He takes a nap for about a year.
She
He
being the
wakes-
hermit?
He
Of
wakes
course
up.
hermit in
She's
this scenario.
He's the hermit.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
no,
Nap
because
thing.
she's known to be waiting around for people to have an accident and go unconscious. She hoofs Mike Myers onto her shoulder, drags him back to her cabin while he's sleeping for a year.
Drugs him.
She drugs him. She hobbles
Well,
him.
we
He wakes up,
obviously
ka-chunk, shotgun blast to the face.
no, we obviously came to the point that drugs do not work on Mike Myers.
Right.
Broken,
Well,
but
they
broken
didn't last
ankles
round.
do.
He still needs feet.
Yeah.
Well,
what would it be
yeah,
like to
but
be immortal and
I
have a
feel
broken
like-
leg?
How's he going to come after her if he's dragging himself
How the heck
along on
is
his
she
with his
gonna
arms?
tie him up? He's so
She
strong.
doesn't need to. He sleeps for a
He's
year
so
at a time.
strong. Well, I mean, before that, just say he's awake. They meet up in the street. Who's winning?
That's not how she
Mike
operates.
Myers.
She waits
Yeah.
for that accident to
She's
happen.
not out in the open.
He's sitting
She's
there.
Yeah,
very
but then Mike Myers is
reading
gonna do
all
that
the
thing where
novels
he
he
just
wrote.
sits up and
Learning
like,
about him. You know what I mean? Getting angry, going, Mike Myers, what are you doing to my favorite character?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Her favorite charter.
Also, there is this
not a
little added,
writer.
there is also this little added benefit that
You don't
to
know
Annie.
that. Mike Myers very well could be a novelist.
doesn't speak
And
words.
that's when I killed my sister.
Yeah.
But there's the little added note that Mike made. I think it was back in the first round that Annie Wilkes is like a religious zealot in a way, and she does not. And Mike Myers is known for being the embodiment of evil, so I can see her looking at him and seeing like a demon, and then she subsequently usually ends up like losing her mind after that. So I think that she might be able to muster up a little bit of competitive strength.
For her, it would be a battle of good versus evil.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just think overall she's just
I feel like
straight up smarter than Mike. So.
mentally, yeah, she
He
would probably
has
beat him, but
legs.
he is so much stronger than her.
And apparently he does not know how to use them.
He does.
He
He's
gets
not
them
going to
much
be able to
stronger.
use them when she cracks him with that freaking sledgehammer.
They're probably not even gonna break.
What?
He can like
He has
fall
just
out of
normal
windows
human
and
bones.
get shot 50 bajillion times and it doesn't affect him.
Yeah, but see, this is one of those cases where it's like in a
But
movie,
this
you see
time
people
it
getting
matters.
shot. It's like, oh, well, that's like, it's not like a thing where it's like if you see them like get cut in half, you're like, oh, that's like. Am I not making sense? Maybe I'm not making any sense.
No, this is getting edited out.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you could totally, like, say, like, you could see somebody shooting Mike Myers,
Right.
100 times and, like, him get up and you're like, okay. But then, like, when you see him get his head chopped off, you're like, oh, he's got to be dead.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying it's like that physical thing that you see where, like,
Right,
you could
right.
totally shoot him and be like, oh, he's not hurt. But, like,
Of course,
if
the
she
embodiment
cracks
of evil
him-
is going to get up.
if she breaks his legs so that they go at a 90-degree angle, his bones
I
are
feel
broken.
like he's got like nothing going on up here. I feel like he's just walking on that broken ankle.
You think he's just a mindless killing machine?
I think so.
He might
yeah.
still come at her, but he's still going to be slow. How's he going to catch her? She's going to, you know what I mean?
Well, let's get down to votes. We can go all day on this.
Right.
This was a tough one.
Yeah, Hollywood, if you're listening, let's get a movie.
get
Let's get this movie made.
We want some credits. I want to be in the credits.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Kathy Bates is still out there. What's she doing? Right? Where's
Shout out
she
to
at?
Kathy Bates. man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what?
Misery 2.
I've got another
I love
surprise for you
her.
guys. Joining us via Kathy. How are you doing, baby?
oh my god! Oh
You cock-a-doodie. I'm going with Annie. Annie!
Mm.
The sun will come out tomorrow, and so will her sledgehammer.
Well, Dan, what do you think? Dan?
That didn't make much sense, but whatever.
Oh, we're going with it.
Yeah.
I'm going Annie.
Wow. Maggie, dare I ask?
Mike Myers. I'd have to say it.
Mike Myers? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, Maggie, I hate to break your heart, but Annie's is going to the finals.
I figured as much.
Oh my gosh.
She's just more crafty. She's smarter. She can do this. She can pick her moment and she can get it right.
So she's craftier than Hannibal Lecter, though.
He didn't
I think
fight
so.
Hannibal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like Mike Myers can beat Hannibal
Well, but-
Lecter, but he can't beat Annie Wilkes.
I think they both have legs, though. Hannibal might be crafty, but he's walking on 2 big liabilities.
Swear to God.
Yeah. Those tree trunks, you're going to get shot down,
Got
buddy.
legs.
He's old. He's probably got osteoporosis.
That's true.
Osteoporosis is, you know what I mean? He's taking calcium supplements. Those 60-year-old legs are going to shatter like glass.
He was too busy killing.
Yeah.
He forgot to drink his glass of milk every morning. Had a well-balanced breakfast.
Yeah, dude.
Not to mention Hannibal's 2 big tools are a fork and knife.
Like,
Like,
true. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think
got
that he'd
other
like
things.
to eat her anyway. I think that she's such a country bumpkin. I think he'd be so
Too
disgusted by her.
gamey.
He would be like, I don't.
gamey.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like, I don't want
That's
to eat
great.
her. Exactly.
Oh.
Well, congratulations, Annie. You made it to the finals.
You gotta fight the shark.
You are.
Well,
So let's
come
just get
on
into it now.
now.
Now, you know what, guys?
Oh my
let's-
gosh. I want to visualize this battle.
Let's take a break. I want to hear from Maggie first because I think both of the. Well, no, I think we all said Jaws was going. I think that was a sweep. I don't think Maggie thinks Annie has what it takes to win this fight. Maggie, what's
I
your
really
opinion?
don't. If you say
Annie's on a boat.
side,
Annie's on a
she's
boat.
gonna-
Annie's on a boat.
okay, and she somehow I don't know, falls off. Jaws is just gonna bite her in half, or he's just going to jump out of the water and bite her arm off. And I don't really see how you can outsmart a shark.
They are
He's got
natural
no
predators.
legs. He's
That's
got
the
no
thing.
legs.
You
Oh.
can break the fin.
Have
Yeah.
legs.
You could
No
snap a
legs.
fin, and then you can't
But is
swim,
that gonna-
and then you die because you're not swimming.
Is that going to stop a shark? I don't know. You break one fin, it's just like, okay.
It's just
You
swimming in a
just-
circle perpetually for the next 9 months.
I feel like if Jaws can beat the alien, Jaws can beat Annie Wilkes.
Annie would hobble the shit out of an alien,
Oh
though.
my god.
Yeah,
That
dude.
alien has like so many limbs.
Those legs are so big and they're so skinny and long. Oh
And
my
those
gosh.
Xenomorphs snap easily. When they get
Those
shot,
things
they
are
just,
like
break apart.
twigs. Yeah. Those are dead twigs, man.
She'd have a field day with that Xenomorph.
She'd
Think
have a
you're-
field day with the aliens.
I
She'd
think
just
you're
go
all
in there
over the place.
windmilling with that freaking sledgehammer, taking out xenomorphs left and right, bashing the eggs. Oh
She'd
my
have a field
gosh.
day.
Yeah. She
Just
should have
Okay,
been in that
but-
movie. I'm
She-
sorry. Sigourney Weaver, you were great, but Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes should have been in Aliens.
Yeah, that was a miscast for sure.
Okay. But she definitely would not have beat the the Pinhead. She would not have beat him,
Well, we'll never know. They didn't get matched up.
That's true. Yeah.
I guess.
Hollywood, when
Weird.
can we make this
Wow.
movie? Annie Wilkes versus just have her verse everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mostly just for Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
This would be like the Ernest Saves X
Like,
series, but it's just Kathy Bates fighting other people.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, I love the idea of Annie Wilkes. I just feel like she wouldn't win against Jaws,
Okay, that's
All right.
fair. So,
So,
you vote for
in my
Jaws.
opinion.
Yeah, and everyone's entitled to their opinion.
In my
So is Annie just, is she really excited? She just read a great book. She's having a good time. She feels like celebrating. She takes a trip to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting a little careless, puts on her one piece with her bathing cap. You know what I mean? Just goes night swimming.
Ooh, night swimming.
Well, Mike, what do you think, man?
Mm-hmm.
I think she night swims with the sledgehammer.
I'm not saying she's swimming at all. I think she'll be out on boat. She seems like a boating kind of gal.
She's on a dinghy.
Like,
Yeah.
how would she beat Jaws? Like, what would she do to beat him?
She uses her medical knowledge to load up one of those spears full of all kinds of drugs. First of all, she'd play the long game. She'd have got the shark addicted to codeine, just like she did Paul Sheldon. The shark would come to her because he's all cracked out. It's time for his fix. You know what I mean? He's got the cold chills going on. He's just he's sitting there.
I need my
He's
fix.
got his mouth open.
He's waiting
ready
for it.
Only this time it ain't the good stuff. No, this time it's a special cocktail mixed up by Annie Wilkes. Shark down.
Yeah, she is handy with a shotgun, so I think she can like switch that over to the
A shotgun's
harpoon.
not gonna what? Oh,
No,
I see where you're
yeah,
going.
Yeah,
Okay.
her skills can transfer to the sea with a harpoon gun, I guess you would call it.
Those
I'm not
skills
a
are transferable.
sailor, so-
Oh yeah, I could see
absolutely.
her.
It's
I
just
could
point
see
and
her
shoot.
as a pirate and
No, she's not a pirate. She can point and aim, and she's skilled.
That's
She's
true.
got skills.
She's a marksman, right?
Yeah, in this scenario, I think Annie could probably pull this off. I think I've got faith in Annie to pull this off. If anyone should win, she was the total underdog here.
That's
So
true.
If anyone deserves the win, it's her. Just to get into the finals is really
She beat
impressive.
The Leprechaun.
She beat Norman Bates.
He's thousands of years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Michael
Mike
Myers,
who's
apparently
basically the
indestructible.
personification of evil. Shark's just an animal. People kill sharks all the time.
That's true.
Just one more. Just
Save
one
the
more.
I think it
person
depends
killing
on
a
if she's
shark.
prepared or not.
It's just a fishing trip. for
Well, I mean,
her.
if she's fought
And
three people already, I think she's ready
again-
for another fight.
The shark doesn't have legs.
Yeah.
It's not all about the sledgehammer, Maggie. I mean, come on. She's got more.
It was
than
for everybody
back.
else.
She's got more
They
tools.
all
In
have
those
legs.
fights, she has flexibility in her fighting skills,
Got more
Maggie.
tools in her toolkit. She
Yeah,
drugs
she's not a
him.
one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, what do you think?
She fishes
Okay.
out there.
Josh is gonna hate me. I went with Jaws.
Thank
wow,
you,
okay.
Dan.
It- My issue is I don't know if Annie would have the wherewithal to throw a fire extinguisher in its mouth and then shoot it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, I don't think she needs to do that. I still think she can do the harpoon gun thing. That's what I would do if I were
I
Annie.
think
But
Jaws would probably sneak attack her.
that's
what
true.
I'm thinking.
You can kind of like swim underwater and just jump wherever you want. But I don't know. I'm still
we
going
have a
for Annie.
tie?
I'm impressed. We do.
Yeah.
We have a
Oh,
tie.
Yeah, we have to settle this tie. It's Annie and
Yeah.
Jaws 2-on-2. So
Yes, sir.
Hey, no pressure, Jeremy. But we're down to the actual final. You're on the pod again. I'm sorry. This is the absolute final. This is the
Championship match.
the championship match. Whoever wins this wins it all. It is, and we're at a tie again. So I'm sorry, buddy. We have the shark from Jaws versus Annie Wilkes from Misery.
Wow. How did Freddy not make it to the final?
You'll have to watch the pod. You'll have to watch the episode.
I can't wait. But this is a heck of a championship match. You know what? Jaws made it terrifying for me to go into the ocean for a solid year after watching, but giving it to Annie, no question.
Doesn't have legs.
I love this podcast
Oh my
so
gosh.
much.
What the
All right.
hell?
Thank you so much, Jeremy. You
You bet. I'm glad to have been a part of it.
okay? Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, this has just been unexpected. A roller coaster.
Wow.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Congratulations to Annie. Wow.
Freddy,
The underdog.
Jason, the Xenomorph have all fallen by the wayside. They all lay dead, beaten and bludgeoned under the mighty sledgehammer of Annie Wilkes. Thor who? Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
Who can pick up her sledgehammer?
Mhm.
Ba-boom.
I gotta say, I am happy with the outcome. I feel like she really deserves it.
I don't think you're telling the truth. You were against
No,
her
no.
during the last
I
3
was,
rounds.
I totally was because but here I am.
You just voted against her.
But I am happy that she won.
Well, you're being a good sport, and we appreciate
I am
that.
happy that she won.
Well, now is the time that we tell you that a week ago we decided that we were just going to make Annie Wilkes win and watch you get it.
See, all of my good points, all of my thoughtful responses, just all for
I
naught.
love that this ended in a tie, and then we had to ring Jeremy back in.
I had to text him and say, no matter, I'm going to call you in a second. Just say Annie, no question.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Jeremy knew this too because he was supposed to take part in it.
Yes. Shout
A
out
week
to
ago.
Jeremy.
It was when you were off. That's what you get for taking a day
That's
off,
right.
Maggie.
That's right.
We all were like just playing it out in our head, and somehow we went, "Oh, that would be hilarious if Annie just kept hobbling everybody."
Did you guys really do that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The kicker
I was
was
gonna say, like, how the heck?
They all have legs, Maggie,
But Jaws doesn't.
and we were unsure
Yes,
if we
tail
should.
fin.
Right. That, and we kind of,
We went back and forth.
yeah.
Trust us. We had a very long discussion about this.
We really thought it would be great if the best part would have been if you had just become so confused as to why Annie was winning that you would just jump on the bandwagon, so that then when we got to the final round we'd say, okay, Jaws versus Annie, Maggie, and you'd be like, well, I guess Annie wins. Then we would all go, no, he doesn't have legs, Jaws wins, boom. And you'd just that's what we really hoped would happen, but
No,
you could
such
you could
luck.
tell by the Leprechaun round when Annie
Right.
won that, Maggie was like, "You guys are stretching," and we were.
Yeah, I was like, Leprechaun's magical.
You
Are
started getting a little
kidding?
salty.
I did. No, and don't get me wrong, Annie's great, but I just she's human.
yeah,
With a
she shouldn't have
sledgehammer.
won.
She should not.
She's a middle-aged woman. Yeah.
But we love her still.
We do love you, Annie. Yeah. And I still want to see all of those movies. The best part about this exercise, we thought, was there were really no wrong answers. It's just
Right.
a good, fun excuse to talk about things. Annie Wilkes winning is probably the wrong answer, though. But it was fun to watch you sit there and just go, how are they literally bending logic
Right.
to make Annie Wilkes beat
Well-
Mike Myers?
Right. Well, you said Mike Myers beat Hannibal Lecter just from strength, and Hannibal Lecter
Yeah.
was smart. And then you're like, no, but Annie's smart. She beat what? It was all very confusing, and I was just.
It's confusing.
You were
you're
convincing
confused.
me, though. You were convincing me. I was like, oh, of course they have legs.
I think well done on all of our parts for holding it together for so long.
Very-
I
very
think we
good.
are the real winners. Maggie, you are still the loser, but
I am
Yeah.
a loser.
well, we sure had some fun today, gang.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening and or watching. It was a blast, and I'm sorry, but it was all just kind of a big joke on Maggie.
Apparently
On you for
so.
taking a day off.
It was worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was very entertained. So.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It
oh
was
yeah,
fun.
this was good.
And we got to talk about all of our favorite bad guys and
Yes.
gals. Girl power.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for watching and or listening. You can check out other episodes of the Better Than You Remember podcast. Anywhere that podcasts can be found, be sure to subscribe. Let us know what you thought of today's podcast. You should have some disagreements because it was completely ridiculous. There's no way Annie Wilkes should have won this, but it was fun to make her win. I had a blast.
Oh yeah.
And you can also check us out on YouTube if you want to see the people who are talking right now. We're not that pretty, but you can watch the video. You can see the look on Maggie's face when Annie Wilkes hobbles Mike Myers. It's priceless. Yeah. Just go to the Business Journal Youngstown's YouTube page and go to the playlist Better Than You Remember. Thanks a lot, guys. It was fun.
No, this was a blast.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys later.
I enjoyed it.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.